Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subject Zoology Chapter number 15, second year pre-medical. Topic name is kidney problem and their management. The normal aging process affects the kidney, function in various ways. Kidney is affected by the disease. In the kidney problem, we discuss the kidney stone first. Kidney stones are a hard object found usually in the pelvis of the kidney. If a stone passes into a ureter, it may encourage the harsh pain, which commonly begin in the region of the kidney and tend to spread out in the abdomen, pelvis and legs. It may also be accompanied by nausea and vomiting. It's a kidney stone. Look at the shape of this stone. The structure of kidney. We have already discussed the structure of kidney and urinary system in man, but now we discuss about the kidney stone. These are two kidneys and kidney stone is present in this area. Another structure of kidney. In this figure, kidney stone move into the pelvis. Size of the stone. Kidney stones are normally 2 to 3 mm in diameter with smooth and jagged surface. In this figure, different sizes of stones are present. We measure the size of the stone in this scale. Another figure of kidney stone in which we measure the length of the stone. Different shapes of kidney stones. Types of kidney stone. Calcium oxalate, calcium phosphate, steroid, uric acid, and cysteine. Calcium stone, uric acid stone, steroid stone, cysteine stone. Staghorn. Staghorn stone is a type of kidney stone. It is a branching stone. It is called staghorn stage. Staghorn stones are the large branching stones that fill part of all the renal pelvis and the renal calyces, and they can be complete or partially depending on the level of occupancy of the collecting system. The structure of kidney in which branching staghorn stone is present, which block the pelvis of the kidney. Kidney stone composed about 65% of all the kidney stones are composed of calcium oxalate plus calcium phosphate. 15% are magnesium ammonium phosphate and 10% are uric acid. Hypercalcemia. Hyper means more, high, calcemia means calcium level. So it means higher calcium level. Hypercalcemia is the highest level of the calcium circulating in the blood because of other disease. Salts are precipitated out during the urine formation and accumulate in stores soon after the form the stone. Lithotripsy. The kidney stone can be removed by the surgery. Nowadays, the kidney stones are removed through the lithotripsy. Lithotripsy is a technique to break up the stones that form in the kidney, ureter, gallbladder by a shock waves which are generated outside the body. Renal failure or kidney failure. When the kidneys do not work as well as they should, the term kidney failure covers a lot of problems. These problems can result in the kidney failure. If your kidneys does not get enough blood to filter, your kidney is hurt by the disease. The kidney function decline, particularly deficiency of the filtering process, is called kidney failure or renal failure. If the kidney failure or if it is not treated, death will result within a couple of weeks. Reason of this is due to the buildup of the potassium ions which cause the heart failure. Dialysis. What is dialysis? Dialysis is a process of removing excess of water, solutes and toxins from the blood. In the people whose kidneys can no longer perform these functions naturally, This is referred to as renal replacement therapy or kidney replacement therapy. To remove the nitrogenous waste, the blood of the patient is treated through dialysis. Process of dialysis. In this process of dialysis, the blood is pumped out of the body, filtered to remove the waste material. Types of dialysis. There are two types of dialysis, hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. Dialysis, two types of dialysis, hemodialysis and number 2 is a peritoneal dialysis. Number 1 is a hemodialysis. Hemo means blood, dialysis means cleaning, filtering. So hemodialysis means cleaning the blood. Process of hemodialysis. In this process, patient is connected to a machine by inserting a catheter, a hollow tube-like needle, into an artery, connecting to the machine and returning it to a vein. The blood is pumped out of the artery and returned to the vein. The blood circulates slowly through the dialyzing tubing. Here the point is noted, the blood is pumped out of the artery and returned to the vein. Here in this figure, patient is treated by a process of hemodialysis. In the process of hemodialysis, solution continues until the equilibrium is reached, exchange between the blood and the dialysing. The overall unwanted substances are removed, particularly urea and the excess of sodium and potassium. Second is the peritoneal dialysis. Peritoneal dialysis is a type of dialysis which uses the peritoneum in a person's abdomen as a membrane through which a fluid and the dissolved substances are exchanged with the blood. It is used to remove the excess of fluid, correct the electrolytes problem, and remove the toxin in those with a kidney failure. During the peritoneal dialysis, a cleansing fluid, dialysate, is circulated through a tube inside part of your abdominal cavity, peritoneal cavity. The dialysate absorbs the waste product from the blood vessel in your abdominal lining, is a peritoneum, and then is drained back out of your body and discarded. In the process of peritoneal dialysis, a thin plastic tube is inserted into the abdominal cavity through a small slit in the abdominal wall and can be left in permanently. The peritoneal membrane or peritoneum, which line the abdominal cavity, is dialysing membrane and is partially permeable. In this figure, patient is treated by the process of peritoneal dialysis. Here, peritoneal catheter tube is inserted in the abdomen. Peritoneal space is present. Two bags are connected to the catheter tube. Number 1 is a dialysate bag and number 2 is a drainage bag. Dialysate with a waste product drained from the peritoneal space. In the process of peritoneal dialysis, dialysis fluid is added to the abdominal cavity down the tube and left for the several hours before removal. Exchange takes place between the fluid and the rest of the abdomen. Fluid can be replaced regularly 3 or 4 times a day. In between, the patient can be mobile and free to live a comparatively normal life. In this figure, patient is treated by the process of peritoneal dialysis. Kidney transplant. Kidney transplantation or renal transplantation is the organ transplant of the kidney into a patient with the end stage of the kidney disease. Kidney transplantation is typically classified as the deceased meaning dead, or donor to a living donor transplantation depending on the source of the donor organ. Donor is a giver. Here, 2 kidneys are present in the body of the patient but not function properly. So, third kidney is transplanted in the body of the patient. Close living relatives are sometimes used as a donor, since this greatly reduces the risk of the rejection, and a person can live normally with just one kidney. The patient is tissue type, so the antigen can be matched closely as possible to those of the donors. In the high degree of the renal failure is called uremia or the end stage of the renal disease. Kidney transplant is the only solution for the permanent treatment. Thank you.